VAR is always a controversial topping point in Scottish football, and Dundee United have caused a bit of drama as they refuse to take part in VAR review panel. Welcome back to Fog Football. 6th of February, we're galloping towards the next round of the Scottish Cup. Preview show will be on the channel soon. Got 4 days of Scottish Cup action. Really looking forward to it, but Dundee United will not be looking forward to it because, of course, Dundee United are knocked out. I believe they're knocked out. Anyway, doesn't really matter what I think about Dundee United. They are knocked out because they got beat by Dundee. There you go, 1-0. What a game of football that was. Dundee derbies have delivered this season. I couldn't remember if it was Dundee or Dundee United that went through, but then I remembered big Simon Murray's first minute goal. But yeah, Dundee United not exactly happy about Kelly's opener in the 1-0 win that Kelly had at Rugby Park last week, at the weekend there, which we reviewed on the channel. Make sure to check it out. Now, they were unhappy that it was allowed to stand, that goal. Our opinion was that we would personally let the goal stand, but just due to the amount of goals like it that have been disallowed, it probably should be disallowed. You know, the goalie gets wiped out, technically, but the reality is he's not strong enough, and goalies are too overprotected these days, so I can totally understand Dundee United's point of view, but let's be real, every club, right, in the pyramid, across the globe, right, has benefited from a decision going for them when their goalie gets fouled like this. That's it. It's like a referee's preference. You know, if the referee, right, blew his whistle here and gave a foul, there's no way in hell VAR would have overturned it and gave the goal. So we'll dive a wee bit more into this article. Dundee United say they will refuse to supply a representative to sit on the Scottish FA's video assistant referee panel due to a lack of trust in the process. A 5-person rotating panel known as the Key Match Incident Panel, made up a mix of club personnel, former referees, players, coaches, review VAR calls on a weekly basis. United say they will now not participate in the process after raising concerns about the panel's purpose, effectiveness and impact on Scottish football. They believe that feedback provided by the SFA's refereeing department and its head Willie column is inconsistent with some of the panel's verdicts. It added some decisions appear to be based on the opinions of panel members who for the most part lack significant expertise in the laws of the game. The club claimed the result of what it sees as erroneous verdicts from the panel put pressure on referees to change their decision making. We believe changes should be made to the KMI panel or an alternative. More robust process should be used for refereeing decisions if deemed a requirement. End of quote. Right. You know what it is, man? You get part-time refs, expect part-time decisions. And what I mean by that is sometimes they're going to be right, sometimes they're going to be wrong. Now here, there's a lot of leagues across Europe where the referees are full-time and they're equally as shite, but I mean, see VAR, man, I think it just... Honestly, I think one league, was it the Norwegian league or the Swedish league? One of the leagues got rid of it. I think there should be a vote, honestly. Some clubs might not vote for it, some clubs might. I think every fan would want rid of it, right? Whether you're at the match, I mean, seeing you're at the game and your team scores, and you are, I mean, there is goals where you kind of know it's onside, but then there could be a foul in the build-up. There is like a reluctancy to celebrate to a point. Like, you still celebrate, but it's not the same as it used to be, because when it used to be, man, it was pretty much like you'd celebrate, and if a goal was going to be disallowed, it would have been within like a couple of seconds. Now with VAR, I mean, you can celebrate, then like 45 seconds later they bring it back in the monitor, and I hate that. And it's the same when you're watching it on the telly. It's no ideal. Now Jim Goodwin, he was unhappy. What did Jim Goodwin say? Well, he basically just said that it was a foul on Jack Walton, but it's being labelled suggestions there was fouls. For me, you would just want consistency, right? And that's what Goodwin questioned at the end of the day. He questioned the referee consistency after Kelly Winner. And the reality is, we've seen these disallowed for donkeys, and it was weird to hear Michael Stewart on commentary pretty much dismiss this challenge and turn around and say, no, that should stand. Yeah, don't know if he's got anything against Dundee United, Michael Stewart, but, if this was against Hearts, I would bet pretty decent money that Michael Stewart would have wanted this goal chopped off. Anyway, what do you guys make of Dundee United refusing to take part? Will more clubs join them? I wouldn't be surprised. Far needs chucked in the bin.